Hello friends, welcome back. This is the part 2 of the class A's. So in the previous part 1 of the class A's we have discussed an general characteristics of the class A's, and now we are going to continue for the part 2, the general characteristics of the class A's. So on your screen you can see we are going to discuss about the digestive system of the birds or digestive system of the class Aves. So the alimentary canal, they having some additional parts, and on your screen you can see alimentary canal, they are provided with some additional parts, that is they are having some chambers or pouch like structure, and these are the corp and gizzard. So this particular corp and gizzard, they are provided for the digestive system, because many birds, they depend on a different nuts or different hard food material, and to crack that food material, the crop and gizzards are found in the digestive system of the bird. So you can see on your screen the gizzards, it is found in the many birds. This is the hind part of the stomach, and this particular gizzard, they are modified for grinding the food material. So this gizzard, it is located between a corp and intestine. They are located in between corp and intestine. So gizzards, it is the muscular structure. Gizzard, it is the thick muscular wall, and it may contain a small stone like structures, or we can say that it is known as the gastrolith. They function in the mechanical breakdown of the seeds and some other food. So we can say that gizzard, this is the muscular organ part of the digestive system, and that is helpful to grinding the food material, especially the seeds which is eaten by the different birds. These particular seeds are grinding and break down in the gizzard. So I'll show you. You can see here in this particular diagram, it is very clear. This particular gizzard, it is found between the corp and intestine. This one is the corp and this is the intestine, and gizzard you can find some granular substance. So this particular granular substance, it may help to break down the food material or to chop the food material into the simpler form, so it can be easily digested. Again, this is the image, this is the very beautiful image which I have taken from the Google, and you can find the different parts of the birds easily. So now here again we are going to focus on the gizzard. This one is the gizzard, which is found between the intestine and the corp. This one is the heart of the birds. This one is the small gallbladder, you can see, spleen, liver, everything is present here. This one is the reproductive system, ovary is there, then lungs, kidney, which is the excretory organs. You can find some other structure also. The brain of the bird, it is very well developed, because birds, they are quite intelligent animal, we can say, and they also having a well developed larynx that is used to produce a sound. And eyes of the birds, it is very well developed. The pectin are present in the eyes, so they can find their food easily. So this is about the bird, and see here, this one is the cloacal aperture or cloaca, we can say. This cloaca, this one is the organ from where the waste material is secreted out of the body. And these are the legs. Different types of legs are developed in the birds. Again, this particular diagram, it explains the different parts. Again, we are need to focus on the gizzard and corp, which is the part of the digestive system. So here we are going to focus again. This is a very beautiful picture of the sparrow. You can see here, you clearly find the gizzard, that is the grinding organ present in the birds or aves, which is present between corp and intestine. And here the anus is there, so that anus or cloaca, which is the excretory organ of the animal. Again, the same images, the different images I have taken, so there is no need to explain this diagram again, but you watch this particular diagram carefully and try to find out the different parts of the birds, internal organs also and external organs also. So as I told you already, the digestive system, it comprises of the mouth, pharynx, then a corp, gizzard, cloaca. All these are the we can say intestine. These are the parts of the digestive system. So the function of the corp, they store and soften the food material which is taken by the bird. So in the crop, all the food material first it is stored, and then that food material is stored, and gizzard they further crushing and converting into the simpler form. Food is converted into the simpler form in the gizzard, or gizzard we can say. Now the next general characteristics of this particular class is the cloacal aperture present. So you can clearly find this cloacal aperture in the bird. The metabolism is going on. Metabolism is anabolism and cannibalism, that is the conversion of complex form of the food into the simpler form. So during that time, some waste material is secreted. During the different biochemical reactions, the waste material is secreted, and that waste material is thrown out with the help of the cloacal aperture or cloaca, and it is clearly visible. Then gallbladder, it is present in some birds and it is absent in the gallbladder. It is absent in some seed eating birds, that is the graminivorous birds. The gallbladder is absent, such as the pigeon. Gallbladder is not present. Then let's talk about the next general characteristics, that is the respiratory system of the class Aves. So respiration by means of the lungs. So the lungs which are present in the birds or Aves, these lungs are the spongy and elastic lungs. So this is again a modification in the birds which are needed for the flight purposes or for the flying purposes, and these lungs are connected to the air sacs. So air sacs are connected to the lungs for the supplement respiration, or for the efficient respiration we can say, because respiration, definition of the respiration, we know that oxygen is taken inside the body, and that oxygen is utilized for the we can say the oxidoreduction, that is a conversion of complex form into the simpler form for the generation of the ATP. So this respiration is a very important reactions we can say, and Birds, they one of the most unique feature of the birds, that is they having ability to fly. And when flying is the concern, then respiration should be very efficient. So that's why the birds lungs, they are connected with the air sacs. So this particular respiration, it is very efficient. So you can find here in the birds the different respiratory organs you can find here. This one is the lungs, and these lungs are connected by the air sacs, abdominal air sacs. So that's why the respiration is very efficient. These are some anterior thoracic air sacs. Here there is a posterior thoracic air sacs, and here there are some other additional air sacs are there. So birds, they fully provided with the air sacs. Air is filled in this particular pouch like structure. So this is an adaptation for the birds for the flying purposes. And all air sacs, they are connected with the lungs, which is the spongy and elastic lungs are present. And this particular trachea you can find from where the oxygen is coming from the mouth, from the trachea to the lungs, and then that oxygen is transported to the different organs of the birds. Again, this particular picture, it is a very beautiful picture which I have taken from the Google. So you can clearly see here, these are the lungs, and this particular lungs, they are connected with the different air sacs. So the larynx again present in the birds, but that not act as a voice box. So voice it is produced by the special organs that is known as the syrinx. This is a special organ present in the birds which are useful for the voice production. We know that birds, they produce a different sound or different voice. They produce a very beautiful sounds. And for sound production, why they are going to produce a sound? There are several reasons, but one of the most important reason, sound production, because for the we can say for the reproduction purposes, to attract the females. Male, they produce a sound. For example, in a peacock, male, they produce a sound for the attraction of the female. So this is the one reason for the reproduction purposes. Sound is also going to produce for the communication purposes also. So here you can find, in case of the parrot, the picture of parrot is it is shown here. This is the larynx, and here this one is the syrinx, which is useful for the sound production. So this particular syrinx, which is present close to the lungs. So when we talk about the circulatory system of this animal class Aves, so circulatory system, the heart is 4 chamber. Again, the circulatory system is very efficient. Circulatory system, try to focus on that name. What is the circulatory system? The blood is flowing throughout the body, and that blood provided with the oxygen. And remember, if circulatory system is not efficient, then birds, they are unable to produce the ATP efficiently, and if ATPs are not produced efficiently, then they are unable to fly. So again, we can say that this is the modification takes place in the birds, that circulatory system is very efficient. So bird is heart, it is of 4 chamber. So you can find here, this one is the 4 chamber heart of the birds. 2 auricles and 2 ventricles are there. So oxygenated and deoxygenated blood is well separated in the heart of the birds. You can find clearly the auricles, right auricles, and here this is one is the left auricles, right ventricle and left ventricle, and there is a complete separation between the oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. This is the blood from where which is coming from the body, and here it is going towards the body. Birds they provide a blood throughout the body. So here these veins they are going towards the lungs. This particular blood vessels they are going blood away from the heart. Then let's talk about the another characteristics of the circulatory system. Sinus venous, it is absent in all class A's. Then renal portal system, it is very much reduced. Red blood corpuscles, they are nucleated. Remember RBCs, they are nucleated. We know that RBCs they don't having any organs or organelles we can say, but here in case of the class A's, these RBCs are nucleated, they are oval in shape and they are biconvex. So this is a very important point. RBCs of the class A's, these are nucleated, they are oval in shape and they are biconcave in nature. So let's talk about the excretory system of the animal or class A's. So excretory system, kidney plays an important role for the excretion purposes. So kidney, it is the metanephric kidney which drain all the nitrogenous waste matter, and that nitrogenous waste matter mainly it is the uric acid, and they thrown out through the cloaca. So this is about the excretory system of the class A's. The urinary bladder, it is absent except Rhea America. The urinary bladder is absent. Again, this is an anatomical adaptation for the birds for the flying purposes. So this particular Rhea, this is the only bird that having a urinary bladder. Again, this is an important point. This Rhea, which is present in the America, this bird, it is a flightless bird, remember, and flightless means they are unable to fly, and here the urinary bladder is present. Otherwise all the birds urinary bladder is absent, and I already told you this is an anatomical adaptation of the birds, flight adaptation we can say. Then let's talk about the nervous system of this animal or class A's. As I already told you, the brain is better developed than the other animals like reptiles. Brain is well developed, and in the brain the cerebellum and optic lobes, it is quite large. Then they having a 12 pair of cranial nerves. Class A's or all the birds, they having a 12 pair of cranial nerves, and we know that what is meant by the cranial nerves, those nerves which are originating from the spinal cord, these nerves are known as the cranial nerves. So 12 pair of cranial nerves are present for the class A's. So here this particular picture it explains the cranial nerves which are originating from the spinal cord. So we are not going in this particular detail, just try to watch these 12 cranial nerves. Then birds, they having a sense of light. This is a very important point. Birds they having a sense of light, but they having a poor sense of the smell. But in case of the kiwis, it is a good sense of the smell. So this is the kiwi is the exception. Kiwi, this particular bird, again this is the flightless bird which are found in the New Zealand, and that kiwi having a sense of smell. So kiwi only, otherwise other birds they are unable to smell except kiwis. This particular point number 12, which I have already explained, the pecten is present in the eyes of the birds. So when these particular birds they are flying, sometimes they flying away from the 2 to 3 kilometer away from the land. So from that height also they able to find their food, they able to find their prey, we can say, the different carnivorous birds, for example eagle. So they can locate their food material from the long distance. So what is the how this has happened? Because their eyes are well developed, the pecten is present in the eyes, so that's why they are having a very sharp eyes. Pecten means what? This is the pectens. This is one type of carbohydrates, I can say. So now let's talk about the ear. So ear opening is present for the birds or the class A's, and each ear they consist of the three parts: external, middle, and internal. So here you can clearly see in this one is the ear of the bird. So ear opening is present. Here this is the generalized diagram of the typical bird's ear. So here you can find these are the some anterior semicircular canal or loop like structures are present in the ear. This one is the posterior semicircular canals, horizontal semicircular canal. This one is the ampulla. Again this picture shows everything, all the parts. So we are not wasting our time here, just try to find the different parts. Just a second. This one is the throat, breast, tail feathers are there. This one is the perching fits, eyes, and everything is there. So let's go further. Here this particular image, it shows the ear, external ear, which is the opening. Here again the ear hole of the birds. So let's talk about the endoskeleton. This endoskeleton, we know that this particular birds they are having a very light endoskeleton. So this particular endoskeleton, they are fully ossified, that is the bones they filled with the air sacs, and the long bones are there, but these are the hollow and they are filled with the air cavities. So that's why these are known as the pneumatic bones. So this particular adaptation, this is a very good adaptation to reduce the weight of the birds, and if weight is reduced, then they able to fly. So birds, their bones are hollow and they filled with the air sacs, and there is no bone marrow present in the bones of the birds. So let's talk about the skull. Skull is the monocondyle, that is with only one occipital condyles are found in the skull of the birds. Then the sternum is present, sternum with the median kill for the attachment of the flight muscles. So sternum, this is the bone where the flight muscles they are going to attach. Then the females, they are having a well developed single left ovary only. Right ovary is reduced or it is not functional. Only left ovary is functional. So this is again anatomical adaptation for the flight adaptation in the birds. And as I told you, this particular right ovary and oviducts, they are present, but they are vestigial, that is they are not working. Then many birds, they shows the sexual dimorphism. All the birds, they are the oviparous. Oviparous means they laid the eggs, that is known as the oviparous animals. So like the reptiles, birds, they laid the ledoil's legs. So what is meant by lessithoid legs, my dear friend? These are the lessithoid legs and macrolessithal legs they laid, and these are the calcareous legs. So four types of embryonic membranes are there: chorion, amniotic membrane, allantoic membrane, and yolk sac. These are the four membranes present in the eggs of the bird. So this is about the eggs. So you can see here, these are the macrolessithal egg. What is meant by the macrolessithal eggs? They having abundant yolk present in the egg. We know that egg of the hen we can clearly see. So here there is abundant yolk, large amount of yolks are there. So that is known as the macrolessithal egg. So types of eggs, they are usually found in the birds, that is the macrolessithal egg. So the birds, they are we know that they are the most beautiful among the animals, and they shows the courtship, nest building, parental care, migration, and territorial behavior. These are the some very important characteristics of the class Aves. So the flight adaptation in the birds, here we are going to learn in a very short or in a very brief. We are going to make a separate video for the flight adaptation in the bird. So let's see in short. So their body is spindle shape. Here you can see the spindle shape of the body. So this is the this create a minimum resistance to the air. So this is the adaptation in case of the birds. You can find the shape of the bird. It is looking like a spindles. So this is the adaptation. Then they provided with the wings, and they provided with the feathers. We have learned in the earlier video, and in this video also, during the video or during the lectures, we discussed the many features which is good for the flying purposes, or this particular characteristics which are specially adapted in the birds for the flying purposes. So these are the different types of wings which are found, feathers we can say, and that is helpful for the flying purposes. So they provided the passage for the airs. Though these wings, they provided with the passage for the airs, and they reduce the friction, they minimize the friction, and they also prevent the loss of heat and help to maintain the constant temperature. So this is the point which is importance of the wings. So wings, the forelimbs, that is modified into the wings, which helpful during the flying purposes. This is the adaptation. And then beak of the bird, that is also useful for the flying purposes. So beak, they act like a hand, we have seen earlier, and that is also used for nest building. Then neck, and this is again very important. Neck, this is a mobile neck, and head, it is mobile, so it is very useful for the feeding, for the nest building, for the offense and defense of the birds. You can see here the bird's neck, it is very flexible, so they can move in any direction. See here the neck of the bird, it is very thin, it is very flexible in nature. Then birds, they provided with the flight muscles. So flight muscles on the breast, or I can say the sternum. This is the bone where the flight muscle is going to attach, and they greatly develop for the flying purposes. So on your screen you can see the different types of flight muscles present in the birds: pectoral muscles, accessory muscles, and tensor muscles. These are the flight muscles. Then hind limbs, they are well suited for the perching purposes. Then endoskeleton, we have already learned this particular thing. Endoskeleton, that is the bones, they are the pneumatic, that is they filled with the air or air sacs. There is no bone marrow, and that's why it make a body light, it reduces the weight. Most of the bones, they are firmly fused together, so bones number is again reduced. Bones, they are fused together, so number of the bone, it is going to be reduced, so ultimately it reduces the weight of the birds. Then air sacs are present, so these air sacs, they are attached to the lungs, so which serve or the reservoir of the air. So they also aid for the cooling devices, that eggs, that is the cooling device in the regulation of the temperature of the birds. So this particular class is, these are the warm bloodless, their body temperature remain constant. Then the circulatory system, the large oxygen supply is required for the metabolism and warm bloodness. So circulatory system is very efficient in case of the class Aves. Then absence of the urinary bladder except rhea, we have discussed this. Except rhea, the urinary bladder is absent in the birds, so they excrete or pass out once. This help in reducing the weight of the birds. Brain and eyes, it is well developed, so it maintain the equilibrium well. Single ovary is there, that is the left ovary is functional, right ovary is vestigial, that is they do not function. Okay, so these are the some adaptations in the birds which are helpful for the flying purposes. So that's it for this video. We are going to meet in the next video. Bye bye.